So just smile and look adorable.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, we're live already? Wow, that went fast.
That's good.
I know, an improvement.
Yeah.
Well, I love that you're here, Angela. I know it's been a crazy day for both of us, but thank you for making time to share what you do. I was looking forward to it all day. So thank you so much.
Me too. So yes,
Awesome.
and I'm so excited. I have some more paintings. I finally got a board to go on the back of the bilberry and the robin.
Oh,
So,
yes.
yeah, so I'm planning on sending all those today. So
Okay, awesome.
yeah.
So for everybody who's joining us, I'm Jen O'Connor at EarthAngelsStudios Gallery, and this is the amazing, lovely, and talented
Angela Moulton.
Woohoo! Crowd goes wild. And I want to say thank you to Christy Jones-Wright, who's going to moderate this session, because while we're hijacking the Zoom technology and using Zoom to share our little meeting, we can't see what everybody sees on Facebook. So it's just one of those things. But I'm sitting at the gallery at this little new display I have, and I brought your book and I brought some paintings, and it's been a crazy day. So what are we doing today, Angela? What are you going to show us?
I'm going to show you some things that I'm sending you, and then also finish up that apple.
Awesome.
So I can eat it, you know.
I know, that's what you said. You said you reward your subjects by eating them. I thought that was hysterical.
Yeah, especially the cupcakes.
That's right, especially the cupcakes. For everyone that's joining us, Angela's been doing very gracious with her time. She's been doing a live painting demo session for us every Tuesday at 2 o'clock, which has just been really wonderful. And we're doing these studio hops by Earth Angel Studios for me to help you get to know the artists better, the artists with whom I do business, the artists with whom I have longstanding relationships, and I'm super proud to sell and present their work. So Angela, I would love you to show everybody what you're sending, because I have been mailing paintings of yours out. So, oh, that's it. I love that one.
Yeah, so I guess bilberries are kind of a European thing, and it's a European robin. So I tried to go with like the vegetation that they would eat. So
but I love that background color, that dusty. Oh, that's
yes. Cool. So this was just on the thin. So I ordered and finally got. I just need to mount this one today. I got a custom board for it, which has this nice little hook in the back. So it's like flush with the wall.
Someone asked me to show the back of your paintings. I got a message about the session from last week, and they said, you said you were painting on boards, but I picked this one up because this is a thin board that's been mounted. You can kind of see.
Yeah.
And then people were curious what the back looked like, because these are ready for hanging. But right. You also can, I did this so everybody could see back here. I also leaned them on a little rail because we had been talking about that. So people wanted to see that. So
yeah, they could go on an easel or just a shelf.
Yep, yep, for sure.
But it is nice that they don't even need a frame. And I've had a lot of people say they don't even want to frame them.
No, I don't think they need to be framed. And I want to say hi to Suzanne and Cecilia and Ro. And Suzanne says she loves Tuesday live painting demos. And I'm just so grateful because people really do put this on their calendar. And it's been such a strange, stressful time that I said to my husband, even just something small that I can put on my calendar, it really gives me something to look forward to. And I mean, really, this has been just, I woke up this morning, I was like, I had a session with Cecilia at 11, and I knew this was coming. I was like, it's going to be a good day. I've got something on the calendar. Finally, something on the calendar.
Yeah, and I'll be there tomorrow with Christy too.
Well, guess what? Christy just called.
Oh yeah.
Her quote unquote real job. You know, Christy's a special ed teacher.
Okay.
Her principal called her for a special in-service because they're trying to figure out how they can bring the kids back to school. So, Christy, you're moderating the session. I think we may need to move Christy's session to another day because she has as much as we know that we're more important to her.
Yeah.
She has an in-service that I think she has to do because they're going to have to do some things with regard to bringing the kids back to school with hybrid learning, with some in class, some outside, and they just announced
I didn't know that about her. That's awesome. And yeah, that's actually probably very important and exciting for her and the children.
She just called me. So Christy, don't worry. We're letting Angela know and we'll rebook a session with you. But I I will probably, I may take that 10 a.m. slot tomorrow and do something here at the gallery because there's just so many projects going on. But I know
Okay, if you
everybody
need
wants
me involved, let me know, because
Oh,
I have
thank
it on
you.
my calendar.
That's
Like, we
great.
need a
All right,
moderator.
that's awesome. Let me think through what I've got going on here. But I know everybody wants to hear from you, not me. So I'm going to be
Okay.
quiet and you show them what you got.
I think I might have showed this one. I forgot it in the last, it didn't fit in the little box. So I was like, I'll
You
send
keep
it.
forgetting to send me that painting.
Yeah. So, and then I'm gonna send this one from the book.
Oh, did you see I put this little kitty up over here?
Yes, I noticed that. So now he'll have a
love your
friend.
cats.
Yeah, this one is from the book. I've had tons of compliments and people asking if it's for sale. So now I'm sending them your way.
Well, thank you for sharing some of everybody's, this is Angela's book, and many of the paintings that appear in her book as her projects are coming to EarthAngelsStudios to be available for purchase, which I think is really cool to have the painting that's in the book. So let me flip to the kitty one. There's the kitty in progress.
Yeah.
So it would be really cool to have the book to go with the kitty. And like I always say during the session, if anyone needs Angela's book, I'm happy to pay the postage. You just message me. And the other day, Angela, I was thinking of you. I did an Instagram episode on polydactyl cats.
Okay.
You always painting the Hemingway cats. I've had a couple.
Yes, and they're polydactyl.
Have you been to Key West to Hemingway?
Yeah, I used to go to Key West all the time. I mean, I just Florida in general, but definitely the Keys. I love the Keys.
I love the Keys too.
And I love the Hemingway property. It's so cool.
There you go. We'll see, we're
So,
all connected.
like so many cool stories
cat
down there.
paintings.
Yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, so then we got this far last week with this apple, and it was also like it's not the side view, it's kind of like a top view.
Right, you were kind of looking down at it.
Yeah. So
I actually set these things up here low to kind of get the perspective. I was thinking about you when I did that because you said it's always helpful to look at things differently if you're creating a still life. And so I put these things down low to kind of look at them this way just to get a sense of what you were doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I'm just going to grab some more paints and
I want to say hi. Suzanne likes the tulips and Ro loves the European robin. So lots of people are checking in, and Lorianne, thanks for watching.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I love the tulips too. They just are a really happy painting. But I like the more subdued colors on that robin too. It's more like real nature, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. This time of year, we do get those really bright flowers though.
We do, and I was doing some photography. I have some Debbie Tebow. I'm working on a show on Debbie Tebow's pieces, and I always like to photograph in natural light. And the light here at the building is really strange. I mean, everybody can see I'm sitting under one of the skylights now, and there's like this strange quality of light here. But I was photographing some of Debbie Tebow's paintings in the direct sun earlier, and then I was looking at some of your pieces in the direct sun, and you can really see that the density of pigment you've sort of taught us about.
Okay.
When you talk about like mixing paint. So I've learned a lot from you, and so I want to say thank you.
You're welcome. I've learned from you too. It's nice that we learn from each other. Someone I remember told me it's kind of like if you rub two quarters together, they get shinier. So it's like friendship.
I'm liking that. I'm really liking that.
Yeah, even though we don't have any coins right now, but but it's true. They're like tarnished, but when you rub them together, they get shiny.
No, I know. I'm digging it. I'm with you there. So thanks everybody for joining us. Jody, thanks for being here, and thanks for your help this morning moderating Cecilia's session. It's been a busy day for us. And there's been okay, so that's how you had that last time. And one thing we got a lot of feedback on, Angela, was a lot of people liked how you created that little light box with your light.
Oh yeah. Good. Yeah, that's just so simple to do. And I just actually, it's still under my, if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, It's just like a box with a hole in one side that you put tissue paper on to kind of diffuse the light.
Right.
And then you've got your own little shadow box.
Right.
So, okay, so I have on my palette, I have a yellow, a cobalt blue, a dark Jenkins green.
Right, Jenkins green. I've thought about that a million. I keep thinking like I need a cat named Jenkins now.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how it got that name. Whoever, and then just a little bit of red. We don't need a lot of red. This is like a kind of like a transparent earth orange. This is black and alizarin crimson. I don't need all these colors, but just wanted to be prepared.
And
So,
that's one of your temporary palettes that you're using.
right. Yeah. So I can just like throw it away when I'm done with it. Right. So I'm just gonna. Honestly, it might be easier to just hold it up here.
Yeah, we had I'm reading some messages. Someone would like it to, can you hold it up really close to the camera before you go any further? Because
okay.
Yeah, I'm reading direct. So this is the apple looking down on it. And
yeah,
you said last week to outline it to make it pop out from the background, and then you added the stem. And so we're sort of picking up from last week where you said you wanted to work on the background and sort of differentiate the apple from the background.
Yeah, I was gonna just make it stand out more. I already did by the shadow already makes it pop more without doing anything else. So we'll just keep playing. I'm gonna mix up some blue and yellow, and usually I would use my knife, but I'm just gonna, oh, I do have some water this time. This is a little teeny bottle, but at least it's better than nothing.
And I'm just reading some comments. Lorianne, I do have a ring light and I use it for lots of presentations, but the light here is ever changing. See how it's, so the ring light is really good if you're in a low light situation, meaning if it's like nighttime and you have a controlled single source light, and you can add the ring light to create a constant. But if you're in a situation where you're trying to use natural light, or the light is moving, or you're subject to shadows as we are here, the ring light can add, there's either it's very white or it's very yellow. But I do have one, and mine's on a tripod, so it's been useful, but not perfect. It still creates shadows if you already have light.
Okay. So I'm just going to add some yellow to it because I feel like it's not as yellow as this apple. This apple's a lot more yellow. So I'm going to try to bring out.
It's that Jenkins green.
Yeah. So I'm going to add more yellow to both the blue and to the Jenkins greens and try to bring out some of the Granny Smith quality of the apple. Because they're always
that's probably I mean, green is my favorite color, but I was thinking today when I got dressed of wearing this sweater because it had all these greens in it. And I was thinking about the apple, and this is like that Granny Smith apple green that I love so much.
It is.
This green is my favorite green.
Which one? The light color?
Like the Granny Smith apple. That's why I brought this painting out.
I love that too. I have to show you. I have to stop for a sec. Oh, it's in that one too. That's one of my favorite paintings. I don't know why.
I'm surprised it matches me perfectly.
Yeah, it does. That's awesome. I like the little blush on his cheek. It kind of goes with the fruit.
That's right. Angela has me, everyone who's watching, Angela has me looking at color even more than I do. I think I'm completely obsessed with color.
I got these at the store yesterday for a painting.
You love painting pears.
I do. These ones were really fat and curvy.
That's the biggest pear.
Very sexy. They're just I don't know. They got lots of personality.
I love them. Like me during quarantine and not working out. That's what those lumps are called. Personality.
Same. And then eating my entire food storage in 1 week.
I know, right? Forget it.
Especially the granola bars and all the stuff which I would never buy except for when it's food storage. It's you buy all this crap.
That's right. I mean, I have to eat more chocolate chip cookies because I have all that flour in the in the larder.
Right. Oh, and the canned good. So All right, let me go back to the brighter green on my paintbrush. We're going to just add some here and try to bring out some more color in this. I'm adding a little bit of red to the shadow side.
Right.
Just to.
And you said last week that adding the opposite color can really make it pop out.
Yeah, because it's well, it tones down the color when you add the opposite to it. So it's good for, yeah, it makes parts of it, it's a tool to use to try to think of like isolating different parts of the apple, like I showed you last week with that viewfinder, how it has that little circle in it.
Yeah.
You can literally, you can literally just do it color by numbers. If you're feeling like your eyes are being tricked, you can just like go here and then go here and see if they like, also using one eye is always a good trick. Like just shut one eye when you're looking at things, because the two eyes tricks you too, because you
that's so cool. Okay,
that's stereo vision. So one eye open, and then you can just really like match things up.
Got it.
That makes sense. So I'm going to just try to add some highlights now.
I just noticed something's crooked in the background. I'm being compulsive.
Okay.
Every once in a while I get compulsive, but you guys never would have guessed that.
All right, it's also good to clean your brush between strokes, unless you're trying to break that rule, but for the most part, it's good to have lots of water and towels to clean up.
Did you remember your spray bottle this week?
I have a tiny one. The other one's somewhere around, but I have some.
I love how you sometimes just spray your palette. That was a really neat trick. Spray your palette to keep the paint moist.
Yeah, because the acrylics can dry pretty quickly. So yeah, that just helps keep them wet and workable.
I love all these tricks of the trade you share with us.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take some of the light green and add some brown to it, and work on the stem a little bit because it's more brown, and I'll try to do it right here where you can see a little better.
Okay, and I want to also say hi to Shelly and hi to Linda, who are joining us. We have a lot of friends watching with us, so glad you guys could be with us. This is our Tuesday afternoon live painting demo with Angela. She very graciously invites her into her studio every Tuesday at 2, and we get a dose of color and lots of tips and tricks for painting with acrylics. Angela works in acrylic and watercolor and oil paint, and her book is about brushstrokes acrylic. It's Alla Prima Painting Projects, and what she's doing is she's working on the second week. We have some first timers here, so I'm just trying to fill you guys in. She has alternated projects for the last couple of months, going from working from photographs, working from still lifes. We've done birds on a branch. We've done, we did that wonderful floral, the peonies that were so explosive with color. And as they faded, she took a photo to teach us how to work from a photo. And now she's working just from a still life. And her reward in the apples will be to eat it.
Right, yeah. I'm excited.
So we're just getting feedback through Suzanne says that the apple looks just so much brighter now. And
that's it. Oh, thanks, Suzanne. So I'm just going to add a little bit to the background, but not a lot. And one thing I like to do is literally with these small paintings, you can turn them like, you don't kind of like Jackson Pollock. You don't have to like just have it in one direction when you're painting. You could just turn it or lay it flat and splatter it. That's how I get the splatter sometimes.
Yes,
Maxim
I love
style.
when you do that, when it shows. And for those of you that haven't, we have a couple first timers. For those of you that haven't encountered Angela's work before, she's known for really delicious application of color and really thick brushwork for her abstract pieces. She does birds, she does blooms, she does flowers, she does the occasional cupcake, which I have to say are among my favorite.
Yeah.
She was showing at the beginning, if you go back and watch from the beginning of the session, you see some of the original paintings she's in the process of sending to my gallery, EarthAngelsStudios, and we'll be making them available later this week. I'm getting a newsletter on your work schedule probably for Sunday, Angela, just to let people know what you've been up to and
Okay.
to let people see some of the newer work. So I love that you're sending some more pieces. I'll do another photo shoot when they get here.
Okay, awesome. So I'm just gonna make a highlight for the painting. I'm starting to get make a little mess, but I'm gonna take some white. Let's see.
I love how I always start out like sitting down in the background, and by like the end of the session, I'm like practically in the camera trying to stare at what you're doing. I get closer and closer.
I know, and I'm like in my paint.
I get closer and closer as the session goes on, but I'm not watching. I know if I had my phone, I'd have it right up next to my eye, and I of course don't have my reading glasses with me, so I feel like I'm like ready to go through the camera. But what you do, I always say your pieces, especially when you do food, I want to like bite them. They're so thick. They're so pigmented, and I'm really attracted to you. Oh, hold that up to the camera.
It doesn't look as good close sometimes.
Yeah, but I
I
love to look at your things both ways. Like,
yeah.
let me go get the chocolate chip cookie one that I love so much.
Okay.
Hold on. Well, here's a cupcake. Where's the chocolate chip cookie? Okay. All right. And I had a message that came. Someone asked about the glazed pieces you've been doing. See how this is so reflective, everybody?
Yeah.
So this is one of the glazed pieces, which I love how luminous they are versus some of the unglazed pieces. We had a question about that.
Okay, I love it too. I have to wait 6 months to a year for oil paints to cure before I can varnish them. So, yeah, yeah, I love that piece too.
I love this piece, and I love this piece. But the only problem is I have a trio of easels where I put your work out. You know, the ones I have that Diana Card gave me.
Yeah.
And the problem was these were on the front facing easel. So every time I walked through sort of the alleyway of the middle room of the gallery to the back room, I would pass these and I was like, oh, I want a cupcake. Oh, I want a cookie. So I had to move them to the one behind the back because I couldn't handle the power of suggestion. And at a distance, they're just so evocative. And then close up, you can really see how you've broken down these. I just love them.
Yeah, they're very deconstructed close
I know.
up.
I want to like smell them.
I know. I wish I could put a scent in them. Maybe I can. Vanilla extract in my paint.
But I absolutely love when you do food. I just love it.
I could try that vanilla extract in the paint.
That might be kind of fun, right?
Yeah, or peppermint.
It has alcohol in it, right? And Lori Ann says, more cupcakes.
Okay, and my situation is I have to make them because the ones at the bakery, when they have they decorate them with the piping, it doesn't look the same. And I like them like the homemade.
You got to smear that frosting on and then stick your finger in it and run it through the frosting and taste
exactly.
it. Make sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got it.
Got it.
So yeah, okay, so I guess this one's about, I think he's done.
Can you hold that up and can you hold the apple next to it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not exact. The apple's real, so it's still
it doesn't have to be exact. It's the fragrance. It's like we were just talking about. It's the fragrance of the suggestion of it when you construct something.
Yeah, and we definitely worked on it and brought it out. And there's, several techniques to bring it out. One is to like mute or darken the background, or you can push and pull things from either direction.
I like thinking about that. And we had a great question last week, which I'll ask again now. And Christy is texting me lots of input from people, and I'm also watching my messages. We had a really great question last week, and that was, someone asked, how do you know when you're done?
Yeah.
How do you know, when is it enough? When does it feel right? And I think everyone would agree that's watching it, as we saw this emerge, we sense that now too.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of, to me, even I'm surprised, like it's magic in a way. Like all of a sudden it just emerges from, maybe it's the way a sculptor feels with like a bunch of clay or like a stone when they're carving. I don't know, but it just all of a sudden comes to life.
Right. Well, see how the shadow is going crazy where I am?
Yeah.
It's the skylights. It's because
Okay.
it's not a constant, it's those clouds are passing overhead. So every cloud that goes over.
Mm-hmm.
But that's funny. It's like I was cooking last night and I was adjusting the seasoning on something. And I think it is intuitive, like, when you put too much salt in, when you need to brighten it with lemon.
Right.
And you've
got to bring out the best of it. Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the way that colors are complementary, the tastes are complementary, and also texture as well, because sometimes you have, an expanse of a large brushstroke balanced by something small and splotchy. And you said it's intuitive after painting for a while, but I guess it's the same thing like when you cook or something like that.
Yeah, but even with cooking or painting, like, I've done this for over a decade, almost 2 now, but I still get surprised at how things turn out. Like when something starts emerging.
Cool.
So I'll show you just real quickly a situation with, I'm kind of doing that process with these deer and the cat.
This is from the photograph. I love it. Jody says you're amazing, by the way.
I was going to like outline his ears and everything. But I decided to just wait and let this dry, and kind of like a very abstract form, you can kind of tell what it's going to be, but I'm still just waiting to, I don't know, get inspiration. And this is going to be the cat.
Right.
It just looks like a lump right now, but I don't know, just with patience, it'll like take form.
Do you have to wait until you see it, or do you just play with the paints and then the paints show you it's there, or is it both?
Yeah, you don't want to force it. So that's why I was thinking of like literally drawing in the baby deer. But then I was like, actually, the transparency kind of leaves an outline.
Yeah, it
and
does.
I would use that as my guide. Kind of like watercolor in a way.
I love that you showed us that last week, and now we're seeing it again this week. That's really cool, because it's one thing to watch us actively demo what you're working on.
Yeah.
Finish it, but then it's interesting to see the other things that are working in your studio to kind of be part of that journey as well, because I know you work on different, you don't sit down and paint a painting all the way through. You kind of maybe, especially with oils, or leaving it time to dry in between.
Right. Yeah, I have things in different stages, especially with, like you said, with the oil paint. No, I'm inspired by like, here's one of my daughters, something from school when she was a kid. But I'm inspired, anything tactile. And like, I just did a painting that had finger painting, like I finger painted in it the other day. And then this guy, he's not my favorite, but I just like, I like to try different things.
I like his expression. See, that's what gets me about your birds.
Mm-hmm.
They could be like the humblest combination of colors and shapes.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like I mean, it's like an old teddy bear looks at me sometimes. It's just that little face right there. And I feel like they're talking. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's cute. Don't tell him he's not your favorite.
He's hula hooping.
I love it.
He's doing the hula hoop. So I just use this to pour it on, and I like trying to do new things, and maybe not mixed media necessarily, but just pushing with oil, trying to break the rules a little bit.
Well, this is something we were talking about this morning with Cecilia and with Jody. Cecilia has just done something on a Blythe she's really excited about. She was able to matte finish with airbrush the face, and she feels it looks like it's totally different. It feels it looks like real skin. And I know one other artist that has done this, and she was so excited about it because, like, when you do something, just when you start to get comfortable is when you know you've got to go a little further. Just when you feel like you've got it figured out, you got to push a little bit more, because that's when it's always that edge where the magic happens. It's always that, like, magic is always at the rim of the normal, you know, and you push yourself past it. You know, I've been, Jody and I have been working together on some really special projects, and I know Jody a long time, and I've watched her talent and style mature as my own taste and style have matured, but she still surprises me. It's like you with your paintings. Like, I think I know what it's going to be, and then I get close to it. I'm like, oh, I'm surprised. And that, as the person on the viewing end of it, it's thrilling. It's just thrilling to pick up a painting that you've done, that you've sent, and be like, oh man, look what she did. She just went a little bit further with this one. I love it. I love it.
You know, that's what Seth Godin was talking about once in a talk. He talked about how there were a bunch of people that were painters in China actually, like, copying paintings, and they were beautifully done, but they were not original. They were just literally, like, they were make 100 copies meticulously with the paint. And they were very technically correct, but it wasn't creative.
But I would argue that was crafting and not being art. And that's what I think is so fabulous about your book. You teach technique and you inspire people to find their own groove by encouraging them just to pick up the paint and just to see what happens. And
yes, exactly.
That's a really powerful thing for you particularly. I mean, I can say it, but I'm not an artist. I can say, oh, try something, do it. But you as an artist telling people, this is my technique, this is what I do, try this, it gives them the confidence to maybe start to paint. And also, I think it also shows them what you've done to create what you've created here. And I think it lends to the appreciation of the viewer. I mean, it's like, I see more in your work now that we've been doing this. I mean, I always liked it. I always was drawn to it. But Ro was here last Thursday. We stopped on the way down from Hudson to walk around the gallery, and she was looking at this piece, and it's like, we appreciate it more now. She, you know, she always goes to anything with Lily of the Valley because she's seen you work and she's gotten to know you better. So thank you for inviting us into your world in that way. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. And it's been a great journey working with you and meeting so many of the collectors too.
I miss you being here at the gallery. Hopefully we'll be able to, I don't know what normal is anymore, but.
I don't either. I am closer to Kentucky, so maybe that'll work out for now.
Maybe that'll work out. Yeah, we have some plans getting complicated in Kentucky. We're okay though, because the workshops have always been limited to 8, and Kentucky has just required that gatherings can't be more than 10. But the workshops are 8, so it's 8, and some of the workshops are only 4 people. So we should be okay on that. And the Ohio County Artists Guild has, I don't know if Kentucky is going to be put on the list for me as a New Yorker not to go. Because New York is really strict with their residents in terms of where we're allowed to go and then come back into the state. And we have to be 100% respectful of the rules. So that's not an issue. And we kind of know that that's happening. So we're trying to be, it's like, I've been pushed to be really creative in everything I do right now, but people are responsive to it and people are really understanding it, particularly my clients, my customers, my friends, my followers. I feel like when you work with artful people, they are flexible. They are open to new ideas. They're willing to see color. They're willing to match themselves to a painting. And
that's awesome.
yeah, and those are those little things that I think are going to carry us through. You know, that's the energy of the tide that's moving forward. And I think that that's where, oh my gosh, wait, I see something. I have to go get it.
Okay, go. And then I was going to tell you something I see.
What do you see?
I see that your shirt matches the chickadees behind you. And I was going to say that color of violet is one of my favorite colors.
Which?
You're wearing your t-shirt underneath. Yeah, that. The shell inside.
Yes.
The violet purpley thing. No, your shell.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, that thing. And it kind of matches the pansies and chickadees behind you.
Oh, it does in the back.
Yeah.
Let me pose.
And that's one of my favorite colors. That was my childhood bedroom. Was purple with purple shag carpet.
Oh my God, purple shag carpet?
Yeah.
Wow.
And purple floral wallpaper. Even my closet doors were wallpaper.
Purple floral wallpaper. All right, I have to show everybody this because I see another painting I match.
Oh, you do? I know, I love those colors. That color combination is my favorite from like February through June. Like that's my entire palette.
But I wanted to show everybody this. Let me move out of the light. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous?
Yeah, that's, I mean, this one doesn't have the blush on the side, but yeah, it has the green that I like so much.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna just walk around all day and match myself to paintings. Oh my God, that would be a great photo shoot.
That would.
So we have this work wall now in the back in the back room of the building.
Uh-huh.
I've left a big section of wall. Lori Ann, if you're watching, when you come to do curbside, you always have really great floral flowy shirts on. Let's start the visitors to Earth Angels posing with the paintings that they match.
That would be so fun.
We're starting something. All right, Lori Ann, are you up for this? Let me know.
I have one right here I match with.
Do you match something?
I think so, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I like that pose. Wait, let me do that pose.
On the side.
Shelley Leonard says that you sculpt with your brush, and I would argue that that's true.
Yeah, a lot of people think I use a palette knife, but it's
Right?
a brush. So
I love it.
yeah.
So will you do this for us next Tuesday? I always feel like I want to ask because we are imposing on your schedule, and I know you're busy,
Let
but-
me run up and get something to show you real quick.
Okay.
Real quick.
All right, so Lori Ann, if you're watching, we'll do a little photo shoot of you on the wall when you get here. And Christy Jones-Ray, I want to thank you for moderating. And anybody who's joining the session late, it'll be posted in its entirety to my Facebook group and also on my profile. And oh, Black Eyed Susie's.
Yeah, and this is
There's
like
a
called.
flower in Maryland.
Do you guys know what this is called? My mom said it's like gay something.
I don't know what it is.
It's like a purple spiky thing. And then I've got dill.
Oh.
I got all kinds of stuff to choose from next week for still life of like wildflowers.
Oh, I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Still life with wildflowers.
Or we can do a
There's a book
cupcake.
called Still Life with Woodpecker. Did you ever read that, Tim Robbins?
No, I don't. I
90s.
don't recall that.
It was in the 90s.
Okay.
Long time ago.
So we could do wildflowers or we could do a cupcake, whatever. Let me know what you want.
Well, how about this? If you have time to bake cupcakes, I know Lori Ann is going to jump up and down and say that she wants cupcakes, and she is requesting, wait a minute, she is requesting a pink cupcake with rainbow sprinkles.
Okay.
Little specific, but I like specific requests.
Yeah, that
so
sounds yummy.
If you have time to bake, then we'll do a cupcake. If not, I think the flowers are fun because I think those are two things that everyone has around.
Yeah.
And they want I'm getting the feedback, wildflower.
Okay. We can do both, maybe.
Wildflower, is that the right word? Did you ever say a word and think it's not the right word? Wildflower?
Yeah, and is it 1 or 2 words? Yeah, I know.
I don't know, I need more coffee. I'm gonna go downstairs and make myself an espresso.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm needing caffeine. I so enjoyed this, Angela. Thank you so much.
I do too. This was fun.
It was really fun. And thank you everybody from the bottom of my pear.
Now I'm gonna eat mine.
Oh, all right.
Finally.
Finally. Thanks everybody for joining us. We're at EarthAngelsStudios with Angela Moulton. Go back and watch this from the beginning if you've just joined us. And we will post when we're doing a studio hop to Christy. We usually do Wednesday mornings, but we have to take a hiatus because Christy's got a real job, not just being on Zoom with us. And I'll be doing some shows this week, and just stay in touch and watch for us. And thank you so much, Angela, again.
Thank you so much. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
I love it. See you then.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.